Michelle, welcome to my channel where I'm losing weight using the Slimming World plan. Today's Thursday. I can't believe it's nearly June. It doesn't feel like it's nearly June because it's so cold outside. I go to group on Tuesday night, but I don't record this till Thursday. And it is such a cold afternoon. We've gone back to jumpers now. I didn't think we'd be back to jumpers, and I've just had my dinner. And I'm so full. It's really nice on Slimming World if you are hungry at dinner time to be able to really fill up. Mind you, we were talking about last week at group, we were saying how a lot of us feel guilty about the amount of food that we eat. One lady there was saying about, she'd had a loss of 2 pounds I think, and she was saying how much she'd eaten during the week. And she was saying, but I often feel guilty. She said, I'm full all the time. And as the week goes on, she said she starts to panic because she thinks there's no way I'm going to lose weight this week eating all this food. And I get that a bit. I don't know whether you do. But today for dinner I had a salad and new potatoes left over from last night and some chicken bits vegan chicken bits that I'll show you in a minute. And I'm so full. I did try and cut back a little bit recently on dinners, only because I can eat as much as I want at dinner time and I like to get nice and full, but I was finding that when tea came at 5, because we eat fairly early, about 5 o'clock, by the time tea time came I wasn't hungry and I didn't want me tea, and I don't like that because I really enjoy tea time. I enjoy cooking and eating at tea time, so I have tried to cut back just a little bit at dinner time to make sure I'm hungry again by 5 o'clock. But today I really was hungry, so I pushed the boat out a bit. And I've got a few things to show you. I don't think, you might already know about these things. There's nothing new out. I went to Sainsbury's last week. I told you about new products that were out, new healthy extra Bs and some new low sin products. I went to Sainsbury's and they had none of them. So I can't give you a taste test this week of how they were. But perhaps they'll come in eventually, and if they do, I'll show you. But the things I found this week, firstly, this is a new brand to me recently. It is the Vegetarian Butcher range. They are so lovely. I don't know why I haven't come across them before, because they've been out for ages. These first ones are the well, I'm not sure the full title, but they are the Vegetarian Butcher chunks, chicken chunks, and they're free on Slimming World, and they are so lovely. They're really, really nice. I'm quite addicted to these now. They usually have about half the box, but you could have the whole box if you were hungry. It doesn't look like much, but they're very filling, and even the smell coming out of this box now, even though I've washed the carton and everything, even now the smell coming out of the box, oh, it's really lovely. And they make a nice change from the Quorn chunks, which I am very fond of anyway, but these are a lot more moist and a lot more chewy and somehow more filling, I think, than the Quorn chunks, so I'm going to go on to these for a bit. Highly recommend them, totally free, so you can eat as much as you want. And we did get as well, which I haven't tried yet, the Vegetarian Butcher, I think they're called fillets, southern fried. I haven't tried them yet because they are, for each fillet, 8.5 sins, obviously, because they've got all that nice crunchy southern fried stuff on the outside. And I'm not against eating something that's 8.5 sins, I just have to find the right time to fit it in. With the free stuff you can have any time, but with something like that I'm going to have to wait, maybe at the weekend have some Slimming World chips with it and peas or something. So Andy's had them and he said they're absolutely gorgeous, he loved them, so I'm looking forward to trying one of those soon. But I did buy these, and you know, I've forgotten to look up how many sins are in these. I think they're called the Impeccable, again the Vegetarian Butcher Impeccable Chicken, chicken piece, I'm not sure. There's the box anyway if you can see it. These are just like one big hunk of meat, like you would eat, I suppose, if you were going to have a steak. There are some sins in them, and I can't remember how much it was so few because they've got no coating on at all. They're just like the plain, like the Quorn fillets used to be, those plain Quorn fillets. I think there was only about 2 sins in each one, but look it up. And I haven't tried this yet. There's nothing in the box because I've taken them out and put them in the freezer. I'm going to try this possibly tonight, so I'll let you know. They look really nice, and I would imagine they're going to be the same thing as these chunks, but just in one big slab. But they're going to be really filling. So look them up on Slimming World, and I got both of these from Sainsbury's, but I think they sell them everywhere. So they were 2 new things to me, and there are quite a few things in that vegetarian butcher range. The rest of everything has got quite a few sins in. I don't know, there were meatballs and other various burgers and things, a lot of which were around about 8 sins for a portion of whatever. But if you're like me and you don't mind spending some sins on a meal, they are just the nicest thing that I've found in a long time. The other new thing I've got, which is new to me, and I know I am so late to the game with this, years late to the game with this, but when I was on, I was watching Gemma from Gemma's Life last week. If you haven't watched Gemma's vlog, I highly recommend you watch her. She's been around for years like me, but she's recently come back again like me. And she does lots of lovely meals. She's got lots of ideas of how to make meals and how to eat out, and her husband has just started doing it with her as well. So if you haven't watched Gemma's channel, go and have a look. I'll put the link below. But when I was watching it the other day, she has a code for the JD seasonings, which I've never tried before, although everyone's had them at group, and I'm sure everyone watching this video has tried them, but I haven't. And because it was the bank holiday, her code was for 25% off. So I thought, well, this is the ideal time for me to get some. And whilst I'm at it, I might as well get an absolute load, because I cook a lot and there's the sort of things that I like to eat. So they came this morning, so I haven't tried any yet. They came in this lovely big box here. They came like that in the post. They weren't in any other packing, so they did come like that. And there was an option where you could tick to say if you weren't in, to leave with a neighbour or leave by the bin or in the garage or whatever. So if you're not in, they will leave them somewhere. It's quite a big box. I think I bought about 25 of them. Let's take this sticker off. The sticker getting in the way. Oh God, am I going to open these upside down? If I open these upside down, they're all going to fall out. I can't get into them now. Right, no, that's the right way up. Oh God. Right, okay, so there they are, opened up. Can you see that? I don't want to tip them because they'll all fall. They'll all fall out. But anyway, there you are. They're the ones that I got. Oh God. Listen up. Right. So each one, I'm going to put these down, otherwise I'll have to pick the other one up later. I'm not going to grovel around on the floor feeling for the one I've just dropped. I'll pick it up in a minute. So each one comes in a little cardboard sleeve, and inside the cardboard sleeve is a little plastic tub which has got the spice inside, and I believe each one makes 4 meals. I bought all the curries because we love curry. We really love a curry, and there were all sorts of curries there: Chinese ones, hot ones, mild ones, all kinds of different curries. So I got all the curries, and I got all kinds of various rubs. I think there are things there to go on roast potatoes. There are things to go on chips to make them spicy, like to make like wedges. There was things to make risotto. Things to make chilli, all kinds of things. So we're going to have one of these tonight. I'm just going to find the first curry one I can get to, because it's going to take me ages to look through them. So the first curry one I come across is what we're going to have tonight, and I think it's going to be lovely. They're all free food. So if I mix them with vegetables and a tin of chickpeas, it's going to be a free curry, and have it with some rice. Again, it's going to be a totally free meal, so it's just going to be lovely. So that's brilliant for a weeknight curry. And the other thing I thought I would mention again, and it was Byron that reminded me of these. If you haven't watched Byron's vlogs, I highly recommend you go over there. Byron's new to Slimming World. I think he's on his 4th weigh-in next, and he's also doing what I eat in a days, which are really interesting, because he's thrown a few things up that I didn't know about. So I'll put Byron's vlog in below as well. That's Byron the vegan. Byron, the vegan loser. I'm having a mare today. Byron, the vegan loser. Go and watch his channel and see how you think he's getting on. But he watched one of my early videos where I championed these curries and various things by the Spice Tailor. You can get these in all the supermarkets. They come in a cardboard sleeve, and inside there are 3 sachets, a small, a medium and a large sachet that are stapled together. And with these you can make all kinds of curries and chilies and Chinese foods. Now when you scan these, you'll probably put them straight back down, because this one, which is our absolute favourite, is the Goan curry. When you pick it up and scan it, it'll say 28 sins. And it doesn't look like much, but it will make 4 meals. If you put enough vegetables in and enough, I don't know, we put tofu in or beans or whatever you want to put in, to make 4 meals. So when you think of it like that and you take it into each portion, and this is going to taste like exactly what you buy from the takeaway. So although these are great, the JD seasons are great for a weeknight curry, when you get to a Friday night and you think, I just don't want any diet food, I don't want a diet curry, I want a takeaway curry. So rather than getting a takeaway, you want to get one of these. And there are so many of them. The other one, our next favourite, is this one here, which is Indonesian satay, which you wouldn't normally think that you would be able to eat, but I think this is 26 sins for the whole packet. So, and they also do a lovely kung po stir fry, which is only about, I think it's 11.5 sins. And there's so many of them. There must be about 20 or 30 different ones, and some of them are 20 sins, some of them are 10, some of them are, I think there's one that's 33, which is pushing it a little bit. But if you really want a takeaway, just get one of these and try them. You're only going to be looking at 7 or 8 sins if everything else is free, and it tastes nothing like a diet curry. Nothing. I mean, the diet curries are great, the Slimming World curries are fantastic, but these are a takeaway. You just make them yourself and they are absolutely unbelievable. There are lots of different makes. There's another one called Street Kitchen, but the Spice Tailor ones are the best, and they are, I just can't tell you, they're incredible. They've made such a difference to my Slimming World journey. There's no need to buy any takeaways when you've got these. They've all got detailed instructions, but I just take out the dry spices, throw them in the pan, make a stir fry as you would normally, and then I just throw the 2 packets of sauce in together and cook it through. I suppose there are all sorts of fancy instructions on put this in first and do this and do that and do the other, but anyway. So that's all I've got to show you this week. I went to group on Tuesday. It was a brilliant group. I love my group, my new group. I really like my consultant, and it was a party atmosphere. That's all I can say this week at group. Everybody had lost, apart from, unfortunately, I felt a bit sorry just for one girl that had put on about half a pound, which is a bit sad because everybody else had lost, so it was a shame she had to put on this just this week. And it was brilliant. We talked about, we were talking about the wraps this week because that was the raffle prize, and I won the raffle prize this week, which was the new Slimming World wraps and a load of salad. So I had that yesterday, and the wraps are lovely. They taste a little bit drier than normal wraps, but they're very acceptable, and they're a lovely big size and really filling as well. So I haven't brought them to show you because I put the other ones in the freezer. We had one each yesterday, and I put the rest in the freezer. But they are nice, well worth buying, I would say. For a healthy extra, you can pile them up with things, whatever free food you want to put in and make a lovely meal. And I'll probably try doing a few other things with them coming up. Maybe baking them and putting rice and beans and things in would be nice. So I'll let you know about my adventures with the wraps. So I went on Tuesday and I lost 2 pounds this week. Absolutely made up, and that got me my 1.5 stone award. So I've now lost 1 stone, 7.5 pounds. Very pleased with that. A lot of people got awards this week, and I did get Slimmer of the Week, which I don't really understand because there were other people in the group that had lost more than me, and they had lost last week. So I queried it. I said, well, I don't think I should have Slimmer of the Week, because there was another lady sitting next to me. She'd lost 3 pounds. But they said, oh no, it doesn't work like that. Because you lost more than her last week, then I don't know, I don't understand it really. It used to be that the person who'd lost most in group, as long as they'd lost last week, got the Slimmer of the Week, but it doesn't seem to work like that now, and I don't really understand it. But anyway, even though I hadn't lost the most in the group, I got Slimmer of the Week, and I had all sorts of lovely goodies to bring home. So I've got lots of salad to eat this week, because I'd already just bought a load of salad, and now I've got a load more salad. So I've got 3 cucumbers to get through, and 4 lettuces. So I'm going to be eating a lot of salad this week. But I was very pleased with the loss. I started out at 11 stone 9.5, and now I am 10 stone 2, I think. Is that right? I think it's 10 stone 2. So I like to have lots of little, well, goals, milestones along the way. So I've only got to lose another 1.5 pounds, and then I'll be 3.5 stone lighter than my heaviest ever weight at Slimming World. So that's the next thing to aim for, another 1.5 pounds to get to that. And I think it's just another 2.5 pounds to cross over into the 9 stone. Yeah, another 2.5 pounds, and I'll be in the 9 stones, which would be lovely. Everybody in our group bought countdowns this week as well. It took us ages to get started in the group because everyone was queuing up. Everyone wanted a 12-week countdown, and everyone was booking holidays, so it took absolutely ages to get through everyone. But the group is so dedicated now, and everybody really wants to lose. It's one of those groups that's everyone's motivating each other, and we're all getting to know each other quite well, because there's only about 15 of us that stay, so we're getting to know each other quite well. And I find that also helpful. I've been in groups before where I've not got a lot of help getting around in group, getting to the scales, getting weighed. But this group and my consultant Caroline, they're so helpful, and I feel really confident going down there knowing that I'm not going to be left anywhere, or I'm not going to be stuck and not be able to get out of the room. If I stand up, somebody's there straight away to help me. So I don't think I've got anything else to tell you this week. I'm looking forward to next week. Next Tuesday is Andy's birthday, my partner Andy's birthday. It's not a special birthday. Well, it's not a special birthday, of course, if your best friend's birthday is always special, but it's not a 50th or an 18th or a 100th or anything, so I will be staying on plan for his birthday. I'll be going to group on Tuesday night as usual, and then I'll make something special, but I'll make a free meal so that we can have a glass of Prosecco later on. The Prosecco I get is 7.5 cents for 1/4 of a bottle, and that's what I'll be aiming to have, because just because it's nice, it's different. I wouldn't normally drink Prosecco, but for birthdays we always share a bottle, so that's what we'll be doing. I've bought a half bottle again. I did this last time for my birthday. I've only bought a half bottle so that when it's open and we've had a glass, I can't be tempted into having any more. I hope everyone else has had a good week. Let me know in the comments below how you've got on. Everyone seems to be doing quite well at the minute. There must be something in the air, perhaps it's with summer coming. So if you have a vlog and I'm not watching it, and you know I haven't commented on your vlog, please put it in below that you've got one, and I will come and watch. There's quite a few people that do comment, and I do watch their vlogs, and it's always very inspiring. So I will go and pick my food up off the floor. And I will see you next week, and hope that you see less of me. Thank you so much for watching and for all your encouragement. Take care then. Bye.